Hello, welcome to my videos on my blog. This time I'm going to talk about the NFL 2025 season, week 16 prediction. Tomorrow is going to start the week 16 on NFL 2025 season. We're the Thursday night game. We're in a tremendous game. In a divisional game, the Seattle Seahawks are going to receive the Los Angeles Rams. So, for the reason I'm recording this video, when I'm going to talk about the games of the week and my predictions. So let's start. How I told you, sorry, a few in the beginning of the game. Tomorrow is going to start the week 16 with the Thursday night football. We're in a divisional game. The Seattle Seahawks are going to receive the Los Angeles Rams. This game is going to be played in the Luminary Field Stadium in Seattle, Washington, and 2015 Eastern Time. The last week, both teams won their game, respectively. Won their game where the Seahawks battled more than I expected, but they could defeat the Colts and Philly Rivers and by one field goal. And the Rams didn't have any problem, defeated the Lions by one touchdown. In this moment, this is a divisional game where the Rams are leading the NFC West with an 11-3 record, the same record as the Seattle Seahawks. Remember that in the Rams are the last week they clinched a spot to the playoff, and the Seattle Seahawks are in the wild card run. Both teams, the Seattle Seahawks are going to qualify to the playoff. And remember that this is the second game of the week, where in the week 11, the Rams defeated the Seattle Seahawks 21-19, where Sam Darnold, the Seahawks quarterback, played a very bad game because he threw 4 interceptions. But even that, the Seattle Seahawks still had the possibility to tie this game. So this is a very interesting game because if the Rams win this game, they're going the most probably if the Rams win this game, they're going to win the NFC West. And if the Seahawks win this game, the Seahawks are going to take the NFC West, and they're going to take the first set in the NFC. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think that the Seattle Seahawks had the advantage because they were playing home. But to be honest, I think that in this moment the Rams have the best team in the league. So it's going to be an interesting game. The most probably this game is going to be defined in the last play of the game, and I think that the Rams are going to win this game by 1 or 3 point difference, and they're going to win the NFC West. And they will be play 2 games on Saturday. You know that the NFL will play in Saturday because the college football regular season finished 2 weeks ago. Where in the first game, the Washington Commanders will receive the Philadelphia Eagles. This game is going to be played in the Washington DC at 17 o'clock Eastern Time. The last week, the Commanders traveled to the Big Apple and defeated the Giants, where the Commanders are officially eliminated, and the Eagles could 3 consecutive losses, where they defeated and shut down the Riders by 31 point difference. How I told you, the Commanders are eliminated, and the Eagles are leading the NFC East with a 9-5 record, and they need they need to win this game to clinch the NFC to win the NFC East. So. I think that the Jaden Daniels, the Commanders quarterback, is not going to play for the rest of the season, and for that reason, Marcus Mariota is going to play against the Commanders. To be honest, I think that the Eagles are better team than the Commanders. The Commanders have nothing to play, so I think that the Eagles won't have any problem and they will win this game by more than 10 point difference. And in the second game of Saturday's second game, in a tremendous game, I think one of the best game, if not the best game of the week. In a divisional game, the Chicago Bears are going to receive the Green Bay Packers. This game is going to be playing the Soldier Field Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, 2020 Eastern Time. The last week, the Bears didn't have any problem and defeated the Browns by more than 20 point difference, and the Packers traveled to Denver, to the center of the country, and lost against the Broncos 34-26. Thanks to the Bears victory and Packers losses, the Bears recovered the first place in the NFC North. They have a 10-4 record, and the Packers went down to the second place in the NFC North with a 9-4-1 record. About the Packers, remember that Micah Parsons got injured, and and he's out for the rest of the season. So this is a very bad situation for them. So in this moment, I think remember that these two teams played 2 weeks ago when the week 14 the Packers took advantage to playing home and defeated the Bears 28-21. So the winner of this game is going to be the NFC North. It's going to be an interesting game. I'm not going to lie. I think that the last game 2 weeks ago, the Bears played a tremendous game. They had the opportunity to win that game in the last drive of the game, but Caleb Williams threw an interception in the last play of the Bears. So it's gonna be an interesting game. I think that now the Bears will have the advantage because they will play home. I expect that the same close and flow game that the last game between these two teams. And I think that the Bears are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. The most probably this game is going to be defined in the last play of the game. And the Bears are going to stay in the first place in the NFC North, and they're going to win the division. And in the Sunday, it will be 7 games or 13 o'clock Eastern time. In the first game, the Dallas Cowboys are going to receive the Los Angeles Chargers. This game is going to be played in the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The last week, the Dallas Cowboys were surprised by the Vikings, where they lost that game by 8 point difference, and the Chargers defeated its divisional rival, the Chiefs, 16-13. They defeated the Chiefs in the 2 games of the season. I think that this is the first time in more than 10 years. And the Chargers eliminated the Chiefs. So, in this moment, the Dallas Cowboys are practically eliminated. They need to win the rest of the games and expect that the Eagles don't win the rest of the games to win the NFC East and qualify to the playoffs. And they are practically eliminated. And the Chargers, in this moment, are in the second place in the AFC West with a 10-4 record. They have a 3-winning streak. And in this moment, they are in the wild card zone, and they are going to qualify to the playoff. I think that the Cowboys are practically eliminated. They're going to fight until the end. But I think that the Chargers are a better team than the Cowboys. So I think that the Chargers won't have any problem and they will win this game by more than 10 point difference. In another game, in another irrelevant game, will be play between two teams that are eliminated. The New York Giants are going to receive sorry, the Minnesota Vikings. This game is going to be played in New Jersey in the MetLife Stadium. The last week, the Giants lost against the divisional rival, the Commanders, and the Vikings defeated the Cowboys in Sunday Night Football. There is no much to talk about this. These two teams are very bad teams, and I think that the Vikings are going to win this game by more than 7 point difference. And in another game that it has nothing in place, two teams that are eliminated, the Miami Dolphins will receive the Cincinnati Bengals. This game is going to be played in the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. The last week, the Dolphins and the Bengals were officially eliminated, where the Dolphins lost in the Monday Night Football against my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Tua Tagovailoa it was benched, and the most probably that the Tua Tagovailoa played his last game as a Dolphins player, the last game against my Steelers in Sunday Night Football, in the Monday Night Football, and the Bengals were shut down by the Ravens by 20 point difference. So I don't expect anything about this game. So I think that the Dolphins are going to win this game by more than 3 point difference. In another tremendous game, the Carolina Panthers are going to receive the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game is going to be played in Charlotte, North Carolina. The last week, the Panthers wasted a very important opportunity where they lost against the divisional rival, the Saints, and they missed the opportunity to took the first place in the NFC South. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they lost a game that they had under control, and they lost against its divisional rival, the Atlanta Falcons, in the last play of the game. In this moment, the two teams are fighting for the first place in the NFC South. The two teams have the same record, 7-7. They are tied in the first place, but the Buccaneers have the tie break advantage. So these two teams will play. This week and the last week. So the winner of this game will increase the possibilities to will increase the possibilities to win the division and qualify to the playoff. I think that the Panthers wasted its opportunity to take the first place in the division and to control its destiny. So I think that this is going to be a close game. I think that the Buccaneers are going to win this game because the experience that they have. I think that the Buccaneers are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. The most probably that this game is going to be defined in the last minutes of the game, and the Buccaneers are going to stay in the first place in the division, and they're going to qualify to the playoffs. In another game that it has nothing interesting because both teams are eliminated. The New Orleans Saints are going to receive the New York Jets. This game is going to be played in New Orleans, Louisiana. About the game, the last week the Saints did surprise and upset his divisional rival the Panthers with a field goal in the last play of the game, and the Jets lost against the Jaguars by 28 point difference. Two teams are eliminated, so I think that the Saints are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. In another game, the Cleveland Browns are going to receive the Buffalo Bills. This game is going to be played in Cleveland, Ohio. The last week, the Browns traveled to Chicago and they lost, and they were humiliated where they lost that game by more than 25 point difference. And the Bills overcome a 21 point deficit in the second quarter, and they won the game by 4 point difference. This was amazing. In this moment, the Browns are officially eliminated, and the Bills are in the wild card zone. They are in the second place in the AFC East with a 10-4 record and a 3-winning streak. The Bills, with the victory against the Patriots the last week, now they are one game below the Patriots. So 3 weeks ago, I thought that the Patriots had won the division, but with the Bills' last victory the last week, they still have possibilities to win this division. It's very difficult, but it's not possible. So I think that the Bills won't have any problem, and they will win this game by more than 10 point difference. In another game that it has nothing in play, the Tennessee because two teams are eliminated, the Tennessee Titans will receive the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is going to be played in Nashville, Tennessee. The last week, the Titans traveled to the West Coast and they lost against the San Francisco 49ers. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they lost against his divisional rival, the Los Angeles Chargers, and they are officially eliminated. This is the surprise of the season. And also the worst news is that Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs top star and quarterback, got injured and he's out for the rest of the season. So this was a surprise because the Chiefs were one of my favorite teams to represent the AFC in the next Super Bowl, but they play a very bad season, and this is the result of the bad performance. So about this game, there is nothing in play. I think that the Chiefs are going to win this game because the Titans are worse team that the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. And there will be play 2 games at 16:05 Eastern Time in a tremendous game. The Denver Broncos are gonna to receive the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is gonna to be played in Denver, Colorado. The last week the Broncos defeated the Packers at home, and they sent a message to the league that the Broncos can compete and defeat the top teams. And the Jaguars didn't have any problem and defeated the Jets by more than 28 point difference. In this moment, the Denver Broncos, with the victory, they clinch a spot to the playoff. They become the first team in the AFC to clinch a spot to the playoff, and they are the first set. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, in this moment, with the victory, they are leading the AFC South with a 10-4 record. They have a 5-winning streak, and they have a 1-game advantage against the Texans, 2-game advantage against the Colts to win this division. So it's going to be a tremendous game. Two of the best teams in the AFC, where I think that if the Jaguars want to qualify to the playoff and try to compete to win the first set, it's very difficult but not impossible. They need to win this game. I think it's going to be a close game, a tough game, but to be honest, the Broncos have shown us in the season that they can win the close game. So I think that this game is going to be defined in the last minutes of the game. But I think that in the end the Broncos are going to win this game by more than 7 point difference. In another game that it has nothing in play because both teams are eliminated. The Arizona Cardinals are going to receive the Atlanta Falcons. This game is going to be played in Glendale, Arizona. The last week the the Cardinals traveled to the Houston and lost against the Texans by 20 point difference. The Falcons they surprised and they upset the Bucs by 1 point difference in the Thursday Night Football. Both teams are eliminated, so it's nothing in play. So I think the Cardinals are going to win this game by more than 3 point difference. And there will be play 2 games at 16:25 Eastern time. In the first game, the Houston Texans are going to receive the Las Vegas Raiders. This game is going to be played in the RGR Stadium in Houston, Texas. The last week, the Texans didn't have any problem and defeated easily the Cardinals by 20 point difference. And the Raiders traveled to the East Coast and they lost against the reigning champion team, the Philadelphia Phillies, where they were shut down by 31 point difference. In this moment, the Texans have a 9-5 record. They have in the second place in the AFC South, and they are in this moment they are in the wild card zone. But they are trying to win the AFC South, so they need to win the rest of the games and wait that the Jaguars lose minimum one game, and the Vegas are one of the worst teams in the league and they are eliminated. So I think that the Texans will have an easy game. And the Texans will win this game by more than 14 point difference. And in one of the best, in a tremendous game, in one of the best games of the week, the Detroit Lions are going to receive my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game is going to be played in Ford Field Stadium in Detroit, Michigan. The last week, the Lions traveled to the West Coast and they lost against the Rams by 7 point difference, where the Lions played a tremendous first half, but the second half they were outplayed and outscored by the Rams. And the Steelers defeated the Miami Dolphins in the Monday Night Football in the AC game, and they are still in the AFC North in this moment. By surprise of everyone, the Lions are out of the playoff. They have a 8-6 record, and they are in the third place in the NFC North. So the Lions, the most probably are going to be eliminated. They need to win the last three games and win some combinations to qualify to the playoff. It looks very difficult because in this moment the wild card teams have more than 9 games won, so it's very difficult. And the Steelers, in this moment, they control the destiny. The Steelers are leading the AFC North with an 8-6 record, and the Steelers need to win the rest of the games to qualify to the playoff, winning the division. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think that because the Lions' necessity to win the game and to still have possibility to qualify to the playoff, they will make a very aggressive team. I think that in this moment the Lions are a better team than the Steelers, so I think that unfortunately the Lions are going to win this game by more than 10 point difference, and the Lions still will be in the hunt to enter the playoff, and the Steelers will stay in the first place in the division because they have a half game advantage against the Ravens. And in the Sunday Night Football, in a tremendous game, the Baltimore Ravens are going to receive the New England Patriots. This game is going to be played in Baltimore, Maryland, at 2020 Eastern time. The last week, the Ravens had a problem, defeated and shut down the Bengals by 20 points difference. And the Patriots lost against its divisional rival, the Buffalo Bills, where they were leading the game by 21 point difference. So the Patriots blow out a 21 points lead in the halftime. This is a very surprise, and with this loss, the Patriots could a 10 winning streak. In this moment, the Patriots are leading the AFC East, but now they only have one game advantage against the Bills. So it's going to be an interesting. And the Ravens in this moment are in the second place in the AFC North with a 7-7 record. So the Ravens need to win the rest of the games and wait that the Steelers lose one game to qualify to the playoffs. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think that the Ravens have the advantage to play home, but in this moment the Patriots are a better team than the Ravens, and I think that the Patriots are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference, and they will return to the victory. And in the last game of the week, in the Monday Night Football, football and a tremendous game. The Indianapolis Colts are going to receive the San Francisco 49ers. This game is going to be played in Indianapolis, Indiana, 20:50 Eastern time. The last week, the Colts traveled to the West Coast, and when they play a good game, they lost against the Seattle Seahawks by a field goal, and the 49ers didn't have any problem and defeated the Titans by more the 10-point difference. In this moment, the Indianapolis Colts are practically eliminated. In this moment, they have a A6 record. They are in the third place in the AFC South, and they have a 4 losing streak. In this moment, the Colts need to win the rest of the games and waste some combinations to qualify to the playoff. It looks very difficult. We remember that in the beginning of November, the Colts were the best team in the AFC and in NFL. But after that, they have been playing a very bad football in November and December. And remember that the last week, when the last game, Philip Rivers returned to play after the retirement. He returned to play after 5 years. And even that he didn't play a very great football, he led the team to minimum have possibilities to win that game. So about the 49ers in this moment, they have a 10-4 record and they are going to qualify to the playoffs. So it's going to be an interesting game. But to be honest, I think that the 49ers in this moment are a more complete team than the Colts. So I think that the 49ers won't have any problem and they will win this game by more than 10-point difference. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments or suggestions, you can write me on social media platforms. So see you next video. Cheers.